All right, team, listen up. This is the 28-second blitz. Aortic dissection. It's a hypertensive emergency, and every second counts because time is tissue. The hallmark sign? A sudden, tearing, or ripping chest pain that shoots straight to the back. You cannot miss this. Next, check the arms. You're looking for an asymmetric blood pressure. If you see a gap bigger than 20 millimeters of mercury, that's a massive red flag.
Know your classifications. Stanford Type A, it involves the ascending aorta. That patient is going straight to surgery. It's an emergency. Stanford Type B, that's distal to the subclavian. We're going to manage that medically. Think beta blockers like Esmolol.
Your immediate goal, get that systolic blood pressure down. Target, less than 120, and you've got 20 minutes to do it. Go. So remember, know the rip, check the gap, stop the shear. Let's move. Okay, everyone. Before we go any further, we need to pause for a moment. Please note, this content is provided for educational purposes only. It is not and should not be considered professional medical advice. For any and all clinical decisions, you must consult official guidelines and a qualified physician. All right, let's get into the deep dive. Sarah, you know, they call aortic dissection the great deceiver in the ER, right? It looks so much like a heart attack, but the treatment couldn't be more different. Everything hinges on understanding this one concept, shear stress. That's the force of blood hammering against the tear in the aorta. So tell us, why is this idea, this DP/DT, so absolutely critical to how we manage these patients? Because that force, Dr. Collins, is everything. Every single time the heart contracts, that jet of blood is trying to rip that false lumen open even wider. Now, here's the trap. If you just throw a vasodilator like nitroprusside at the problem to lower the pressure, what happens? The heart reflexively starts beating faster, and that increases the shear stress, making the tear even worse. It's a death spiral. That's why you absolutely must give beta blockers first. We're talking IV Esmolol or labetalol to get that heart rate under 60 before you even think about touching a vasodilator.
Exactly. That is an absolutely crucial point. Rate before vasodilation. Burn that into your brain. It's a rule that saves lives.
Okay, so we've controlled the hemodynamics. Now comes the big decision, the fork in the road. It all comes down to the Stanford Classification, which basically decides the patient's entire course. So Sarah, where's the anatomical line in the sand?
The line in the sand is the left subclavian artery, Dr. Collins. It's that simple. Type A is anything that involves the ascending aorta. This is the killer because it can lead to tamponade, it can block off the coronary arteries, or cause acute aortic regurgitation. So for Type A, there's only one answer, the OR, immediately. Type B, on the other hand, is restricted to the descending aorta, so everything distal to the subclavian. For a stable Type B, the destination is usually the ICU for tight medical control.
Precisely. Type A goes to the OR, Type B goes to the ICU. And look, everyone, we've linked the resources and guidelines for you below. Make sure you check out the 2024 ESC update, which really cements CT angiography, the CTA, as the absolute gold standard for diagnosis. But Sarah, let's say we're waiting for the CTA. What's the classic clue we might see on a simple chest x-ray? You're looking for a widened mediastinum. Now, it's not definitive, you can't hang your hat on it alone, but in a patient with that classic ripping pain, it's a huge red flag. Oh, that's bad. That's very bad. That's acute aortic regurgitation. It means the dissection has ripped backwards and completely wrecked the aortic valve. It's a sign that your patient is about to collapse, an absolutely ominous finding. All right, that brings us to our question of the day for all of you watching. Have you ever actually felt a pulse deficit on an exam? You know, where the radial pulse is bounding away but the femoral pulse is just gone? It's a wild physical exam finding that points to a progressing dissection. Let us know about your cool vascular catches down in the comments. All right, Sarah, let's make sure this sticks. Everybody ready? Type A is ascending. That means surgery. Type B is below. That means medical. Ripping is the pain. DP gap is the gain. That's the sign. Beta blocker is first. Nitroprusside is the worst. Alone. Okay, rip locked. So just to recap the big points. Type A is headed for the OR. Type B is managed with meds. And beta blockers always come first. You've now got the tools to diffuse this immediate crisis. But what about the silent threat that so often precedes this? I'm talking about the ticking time bomb of an aneurysm. How do we find it before it finds us? Well, that's what we're going to tackle in our next module. So make sure you hit subscribe to Clinical Crash Course because you are not going to want to miss our deep dive on aortic aneurysm.